Hey, good afternoon. Michael Authement, the Assistant Chief of EMS for Reeves County ESD number 2. We're here at the Frazer booth at Texas EMS conference here in Austin, Texas. And behind us we have our 2021 International 14-foot ambulance that Frazer recently built for us. This is number 4 of 6 units that Frazer's built. Should be on the streets here in Reeves County come January 1st. So a little bit about the unit. Obviously, it's a 2021 International chassis. It is four-wheel drive. So when we started to look at the type of unit that we needed for the county, we're a very unique county where not only do we have residential neighborhoods, but we have a lot of oil and gas, and we do a significant amount of work out in the oil and gas fields. Those roads are very rough. So we needed something that could meet the demands of the terrain of not only the city environment, but also the rural oil and gas. So we wanted something that was four-wheel drive, and we wanted something that would have the ground clearance to make it down those lease roads. So when we met with Frazer, kind of asking, what options are out there, this was the largest four-wheel drive chassis that was on the market at the time that could be converted into an ambulance. So from that, then we started building the rest of the unit. So right here, this is a custom-made bumper that Frazer had worked with one of their customers for us. I don't remember the name of the manufacturer, but I believe they're out of Colorado. People often ask, why do you have 4 speakers? Well, we have 2 for our normal siren, and then we have 2 for our electric cue siren. Air horns. This large bumper allows us to fold down. It'll come down, allow us to lift the hood, and for our crews to check the engine compartment, fluids, belts, all that fun stuff. So a couple other features that we wanted to highlight on our unit that Frazer built for us are 2. One is going to be the GoLight. It's the spotlight that's on top of our chassis. So again, we work in rural West Texas. It's extremely dark. There's not a lot of street lighting, not a lot of night lights or whatever there might be in some communities. So we wanted something powerful light-wise that could show us lease roads, breaks in the roads, terrain, addresses. So that was an important feature for us that Frazer offered. The second piece is going to be our safety vision cameras. So Frazer installed the safety vision cameras around the unit. It gives us a good 360 view of both sides, the rear and front of the chassis. There's also a component inside the patient compartment, and that was important to us for patient safety and crew safety. It gives the operator of the unit the ability to see real-time what's going on in the back of the unit. And it also will allow us in the future for training opportunities, So, if we do something in the back, that someone else can learn from, that will give us the opportunity to that. All right, so this is our PPE compartment for our unit. This is where we're going to house SCBAs, some forcible entry tools, flashlights, and also our dual certification extrication wall-end gear. So interesting thing about ESD2, they're not firemen, they're not firefighters. However, it was important for us to add the SCBA units on this truck because we do a lot of oil and gas work. There's lots of fatal gases. H2S is one of those. So we wanted to give our medics the ability, if they found themselves in a situation where they needed to get out of that environment quick, this is an option for them. Basic forcible entry tools could be used, if someone's fallen in their home, they can't get to the door and there's no other option in. We have some tools that can get into a home or cut a lock on a gate. Just a pretty basic compartment. We've got hooks on the inside where we can hang our extrication gear, helmets, and just kind of keep that equipment away from inside the patient compartment or the other compartments of the unit. Keeping crew safety in mind, our main oxygen bottles are extremely heavy. So one of the options that Frazer offered to us was the Psycho main O2 bottle lift. So it's a hydraulic lift, and basically now, instead of the paramedics having to physically load the bottle into the unit, they'll just roll it up, dock it in this station, and through hydraulics, it'll lift it back into the unit and really takes that strain off the paramedics' back. When we started speccing out the patient compartment of the unit, we knew we wanted the 14-foot box. That allowed us some more cabinet space, extra room from equipment that we're going to have, and also equally important was because we're so rural, so remote, and we encounter critical patients frequently, we wanted the additional room for staff members. So a couple extra features that you'll see in our unit that Frazer offered to us. This is the Sentinel air purifying system. So with COVID around, and there's going to be other things in the future, this thing constantly filters out the air, and again, making it safe for our patients and our crew members. We have our Knox med vault here, and then right here on the passenger action wall, we have Technomount built to us, mounts for our Zoe ventilators, critical care ventilators. And then when you come around this way, we have the same thing. It's a Technomount. This is where we're going to mount our cardiac monitors. The great thing about this is we can change it from one area to the other depending on what the exact needs of the patients were. The fire comm system, again, we work in a loud environment, whether it's sirens, rough road, whatever it might be. So the fire comm system allows us to talk either crew to crew back here or crew to driver up front. Again, the goal was patient safety, crew safety. So everything that we put into this unit, those were at the top of our list to make sure that everything that we're doing were safe for the patients and safe for our crew. So coming around the unit, the original design of the CPR seat here on the driver's side was a full or almost a double-sized CPR seat. When we looked at the options, it was minor, but it was important to us. Again, keeping patient and crew safety in mind, I wanted to add a trash can on this side because if we had that resource here, that's less that the paramedic has to get up and move out of their seatbelt to put trash away. So we went with the Valor seat, I think, which is a 2/3 seat is what Frazer calls it. It's the Valor seat back. The paramedic can be restrained. There's a trash can here. There's a trash container. So there's really no reason once the unit gets moving that the paramedic will have to get out of their seat. And on the floor here, we have the Stryker power load system. So Stryker is who we went with for our stretchers. So the power load system, again, will lift the full weight of the stretcher and the patient up to the 700 pounds. Again, takes all the lifting requirements off the paramedic and the EMS crew. So thank you guys for taking the opportunity to join us on the tour of our Frazer unit, checking out some of the features. See you guys soon in Reeves County.